welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I appreciate that. I have a little bit of a show and tell going on right now. A little bit, I'm going to do a craft with me video, so be watching for that next. Sorry about that. I needed to get a little drink real quick. So I had a few goodies come in the mail recently, and they've been kind of sitting around here, and I needed to share them with you guys so I could get them put away. So first of all, sitting right here, I have some old piano music rolls, and I spent a little bit of time researching and trying to find what I felt was affordable for me, and I found this guy on Etsy. His name is Collector Cowboy, and I will link his information below. I got 9 of these, and I only pulled out a couple because they all look pretty much the same. There's nothing fancy about them. They're just the way I like things. They're old and grungy and a little bit of tattered looking, and that's what I like. Now, it would have been nice to have found some of the decorative ones, but I didn't find any of those that I wanted to pay the money for. Let's just put it that way. Not that people aren't fair. Don't get me wrong. I'm never putting down anybody else and what they're charging for their stuff. I just have in my mind what I want to pay and what it's worth to me. Everybody has a different idea of what things are worth to them. So just know it's only my opinion. That's the only opinion I can express. It's the only one I have. And by no means am I ever faulting anybody else. Nobody has said anything, but I just think sometimes the way I say things, it might come across wrong, and that's certainly not what I mean at all. Anyway, back to Collector Cowboy. One of the things that was really nice about him is not only did I get all 9 of these, which he said were in fair condition. He didn't try to portray that they were in any better condition than what they were. So I knew kind of what I was going to be getting. This one's kind of taped up, and some of them, tear a little bit. That's fine. I don't care. For what I'm going to use them for, that's totally fine. But they were only $7.20 for all 9 of them. And it started out that the shipping was going to be $19.95. And to me, that shipping just seemed like an awful lot. So I contacted him, and I just asked him, is there any way that you can package them differently, or is there anything we can do to get that shipping down, because that's kind of high for me. And I got so excited about them, I hit the payment button before I saw what the shipping was, and then I was like, oh crap, after I had already hit the button. So I was taking a chance that he wasn't going to do anything, and I had to decide if I wanted to pay that or if I wanted to cancel the order. But he was so nice. He refigured everything, and he refunded me $7.65 off that shipping, which I thought that was wonderful. For him to be willing to do that and to work with me. He sent me very nice messages back and forth, very respectful and nice, and I just really appreciate the professionalism that that he handled this with. So I will be giving him a good review, and also I wanted to share him with you guys too. So again, his name is Collector Cowboy on Etsy, and I will link his information below. Okay, so I'll just unroll these just a little bit to show you. This one is a 1923, and it's Who's Sorry Now? And it's just your regular, piano roll. Very old and grungy looking, which is exactly what I like. I just love this paper, and I plan on using it for ephemera and, just different things in junk journals and crafting. I don't know if I'm actually going to do the journal that Johnny from Junk Journal Shop has out there or not. I haven't decided, but I definitely have enough piano rolls if I should decide to do that. This one doesn't have the copyright date on it, But the song is Why Don't You Answer Me? It says, Old Pal, Why Don't You Answer Me? So I don't know. That's not anything familiar to me. But again, it's, you know, basically the same thing as the other one. It does have words printed on it. They all do. They're all basically just like this. They're all the same. So I thought that was a good find. Just gonna set those down out of the way here. This I got a while ago, and I forgot to show you guys. You know, I got a really cute Holly Hobbie kit from Diane Shaw, who is Shawcraft1 on YouTube and My Old Barn Door on Etsy. And I will link her below as well. I should make a list of all the people I mentioned so I can remember who I need to link. But anyway, this was a little bit of a disappointment. Just because the picture they showed had the picture of Holly Hobbie on the front. Nowhere did it say that it was a book that looked like this. And honestly, I can't even remember who I got this from now. I don't know where the invoice is. But I'm not going to stress over it. I'm not going to dwell on it. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but it's still usable. I have some cute fabric that I've purchased. All kinds of things that I can use to decorate this cover. So I'm really not going to worry about it too much. It does have a cool inside page, you know, with the map. And that's on front and back. And I think it's even kind of cool that it's got this in here and, you know, all this stuff. But it's got some nice pictures. Some nice pages to work with. So the inside of the book, which is the most important part, I think, is what it said it was. And, you know, has a lot for me to work with when I get to making that journal. And I guess I never really knew what the story of Holly Hobbie was about. I had the doll growing up, and my grandma was making me a Holly Hobbie quilt. I had the pieces from that quilt for a long time too, but it was before I got into crafting and junk journaling and all of that. And I did, as I was moving over time, got rid of that. I mean, my grandma died on my 16th birthday, and I'm in my 50s, so, you know, it was a long time ago, and a long time that I carried those pieces of fabric around with me, hoping to one day do something with them. She never did finish my quilt, so I didn't do anything with it, and I don't have them anymore, so that is sad, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about it now. But anyway, the book itself will come in handy for the journals that I'm going to be making sometime in the future. Right now, my focus, I got my swap done and out in the mail. So Monica, if you're watching, I did already send you an email, so you know that that is coming and should be there soon. So now the next thing that I'm focusing on is the junk journals for the women's shelter. And I've already gone into great detail about that in other videos, so I'm not going to go on and on about that. But that is what I'm focusing on right now, is those journals and making ephemera for those. So I can get those put together, because I have something else to tell you guys about. I had told you, and I've talked about this a little bit too, about we have a new Hobby Lobby opening here in town. It's set to open in September, and I was hoping to get hired. You know, that I was going to be going to a hiring event, which that was last Monday. I did go, and I went really early because I knew there was going to be a lot of people, and I hate sitting around and waiting, especially in a crowd of people. So I thought, well, I'm going to go early and see if I can't get in early, because, you know, sometimes people are there ready to go and they kind of see who's going to be there early. So I was fortunate. I got my application, and I got that all filled out. I had my resume with me, of course, and they handed me, along with my application, a math test. Did I know I was going to have to take a math test? No, I did not. Did I know I was going to have to do it without a calculator? No, I did not. So that was like a moment of a little bit of panic. But I just did my application first. I didn't really think about the math test. I just figured I would do that last. I'm just unloading the next thing I'm going to show you guys while I'm talking. And I just got everything all filled out. Actually, you know what? I'm not telling the truth. I did the math test first because I needed to use my phone to look up information for the resume or the application, and I couldn't have my phone out during the math test. So I take that back. I did do the math test first. So anyway, long story short, I ended up getting 100% on that math test. That never happens. I don't even know how that happened except the grace of God. But I mean, and not that it was a complicated math test. I mean, it was some basic addition and subtraction and multiplication with double digit, triple digit numbers, that kind of thing. And then you had to calculate percentage off. You know, if item cost this amount and it was 30% off, what would your cost be? Fortunately, I do know how to do that. And so I had those kind, and then we also had to calculate sales tax and determine how much an item would be with the sales tax added to it. So then after I turned those things in, I was taken right over to the other side of the room where there were tables set up, and there was one person at each table, and I had my interview. It went as well as I could expect it to go to. I had good rapport with the gentleman that was interviewing me. We conversated quite easily. I had attached some of my work to my resume, and I had taken a few pieces with me just in case. I mean, I didn't know, but I just wanted to be prepared for just in case. He did not take the time to look at any of my work, but he did know that I had it with me, and, you know, seemed impressed with that, which is good. I mean, that was my goal. So anyway, he had a list of questions to ask me. He went through all of those, and once the interview was done, I was pretty much done with my day. My whole time I was there, probably about an hour, hour and a half. And when I first got there, there was maybe 10 people. When I left, they were not only all the tables in the conference room where we were at, because they were doing it at a hotel, not only were all of those tables full, but they were lined up on both sides of the wall in the hallway leading, you know, out of the conference room, down the hallway, and out the door of the hotel. And there were people milling about in the like reception area of the building. So very glad that I decided to go early. And I was really kind of shocked at some of the ways people were dressed. Now, I have always been taught that when you go to an interview, like for something like this, you know, I didn't do a suit and all of that, but I did wear a dress with a, you know, what do you call those sweaters? Of course, I can't think of it now, but with a little sweater over top. It was like a floral print dress with a little sweater over top. And, you know, I borrowed a pair of boots from my daughter. I don't really have a lot of like dress shoes, because I wear tennis shoes all the time. But anyway, I was the only woman wearing a dress, and most of the people were dressed in their casual street clothes. And I don't know, to me that just seemed kind of weird that, you know, like I said, I've always been taught that you kind of dress for the type of interview that you're going on, but you would never dress completely casual. Like even my son, when he was going for cashiering jobs, he wore his khakis and a nice polo shirt, you know, and even then his employment specialist thought that he should have wore like a button-down shirt with a tie. But anyway, so long story short, this was on Monday. by Wednesday I got a phone call asking me if I would be interested. And one of the things that I was worried about was they were starting with the people that, like, the store would be completely empty and they would have the people that would set up the shelves and everything. And I was a little worried about doing that kind of heavy work. And it just works out perfectly because I'm not coming in for that part. I will be coming in later when the freight actually starts to come in. So I'm going to work on the part where I actually will be putting the product on the shelves and setting up the aisles for the product. I don't know which part I'll be working in yet. I don't know any of the ins and outs. I go to orientation on Tuesday in the afternoon, and so I will find out, you know, all that kind of information at that time probably. And then I will start towards the end of August because I am coming in on the second part. Now my hope, because this is only temporary right now, my hope is that I will get hired full-time for when the store opens. That's my goal, and that's what I really need to have happen. But they don't hire a lot of full-time people, and I think the full-time people are the department heads. So I do have management experience. I have overseen people before and have been ahead of things before. So I have experience in leadership. So I'm hoping and praying that I will get hired full-time. I did give up a temporary but somewhat long-term subbing job in order to do this. So I'm stepping out in faith. I'm taking a little bit of a risk here. But my hope is that at the end of this, I will have permanent employment instead of always everything being temporary and not knowing, you know, how much work I'm going to have and how much money I have coming in. So pray for me. Keep your fingers crossed for me if you would like to. I would really appreciate that. And I am just going to go in and do my best and see what happens. So that's where I'm at with that. So I have just made a huge life change in doing all of this because I have been in the education system for well over 10 years, maybe even more like 15. Went to school to be a teacher. So, you know, it is a big shift for me, and it wasn't easy to leave. I had to fight back the tears when I had my last day on Thursday. I was subbing in a classroom that I enjoy immensely. And, you know, it's hard to leave the kids, and it's hard to leave behind the people that I like to work with. But, you know, when you're only being offered so much and it's not enough, you have to look elsewhere, and that's just the way it is. And it wouldn't be my rather that this would happen at a time when I, you know, was supposed to do something else for them. But the bottom line is I have to take care of my kids, and I have to take care of my home situation, and getting a permanent job is top on my list right now. And, you know, I apologize to them for, you know, leaving at this time, and I may have to go back if I don't get full time, which could make things really awkward. But that's my reality. And, you know, sometimes whether we like it or not, we have to play the hand we're dealt and do our best with it. So, you know, while I feel bad about leaving at this time, it's just, you know, it's what I had to do. Anyway, let's talk about this loveliness right in front of me. Most of you probably know this is a Donna Little order, and I got some new doilies this time. I'm bumping the camera here, so I'm sorry if that's creating any movement for you. These are new this time, and these are just the right size for making flowers. And I like the way they kind of stick out at a point around here, because usually most of this part is covered, but I think that'll look like a flower sticking out there too. So I really like those. So I got those this time. And you know, her doily sets are $4.50. And I think there's 15 of these. I'm sorry if you hear kids. There's kids screaming outside. Yeah, I think there's 15. My new neighbor, she has a couple of boys, and they scream a lot. I don't know why. I don't know if they're just boys being boys, but they do scream quite a bit. These are just gorgeous. These are also new. And I have bought square ones before, but she has not had them small like this. And I just think these will make the cutest little pockets or little tuck spots. And I think there was 15 of these as well. So I got those. Okay, then I got the little bits and pieces grab bag that I used to make all the little flowers. Like when I made these, I used that bag to make these. This one over here has like another one of the little pieces on there. And I like to make these kind of flowers. I love to mix the metal and doilies, as you guys have heard me say before. So, of course, I wanted to get more of these. I don't think I need to take them out of the bag. They're same things I've showed you guys before. I'll just take out a few just in case you haven't seen the video. But they're just a mix of different little pieces. And they're also good for making your little collages or just a little snippet pieces when you want to decorate things. And you'll be seeing me use some of these in my Craft With Me video that I'll be making next. So just a nice variety of color and size and shape in here. I had bought one of these before and shared it, so that's another reason why I'm not going to take the time to take it all out today, because you have seen them before. And I don't remember what these were, but if you check on Donna's channel, which I will link below, it's Donna Little, you'll see those listed in the description box of her video. Okay, and then I also like to get her flower kits. Whoops, it goes right here. I thought I got more than one this time, but I guess not. I was trying to take it easy, you know, not go crazy. I have a few that I haven't used yet, and so I am trying to use some of my stash before I buy new ones. Sorry about the crackling while I try to find the opening. This was a different one. I don't know if it's new, but it's definitely one that I haven't bought before. So I wanted to get this one, and I think there's either 8 or 10. But again, that will be listed on her page if you take a look. I'm just going to show you what it looks like all put together. Sorry this has been such a chatty video, but a lot of people that watch my channel are ones that I consider my friends. And they watch a lot of my videos, and they come to my lives and stuff. And nothing against people that don't. I'm not saying that. But the ones that do like to know what's going on. And so, you know, when I have the long chatty videos and I'm sharing stuff and people are like, why are you sharing all that? Who cares? We just want to see what you're making or what you're showing. Well, those people do, and that's why I do that, because, you know, I kind of feel like a lot of the people on here are my friends, and so I'm just sharing my news with my friends. So that's how that looks. I love how it's got like all these little threads sticking out. It just gives it a really shabby feel, I think. So I like those a lot. And her flower kits are usually anywhere from $3 to $3.75 in cost. So this would have been somewhere in there. Sometimes her smaller ones might be $2.75 or something, but the bigger ones definitely are going to be in the $3 range. Donna always sends a lovely thank you gift. She is the sweetest, sweetest lady. So generous. Even just, you know, in her prices, excuse me. I just think she's very affordable and just a giving lady. I'm just going to leave it at that. I love this woman to death. I just think she's one of those good souls out there. So for my freebie, she gave me 3 flowers. Isn't that awesome? I just can't believe that she, and this isn't the first time she sent me flowers either. Just like I said, very generous, kind lady. Thank you so much, Donna. I really appreciate all that you do, the time that you take to put all these kits and and things together, and then just how generous you are in the things that you give. Okay, I think I've got all of that out of the way. Now, all of this loveliness right here, let me move these over so I don't get anything mixed up. She had a vintage junk journal kit this time, and also in her video that she posted today. If you haven't seen it yet, you'll want to take a look, because these kits are listed again. And I think it was $25 for this, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And in this kit, oh my goodness. First of all, we'll save some of these. We'll save this bag stuff for last, but I will get to it. Okay, so you get these two beautiful appliques. Look at how they sparkle. Aren't those pretty? So you get those. Lots of sequins and beads. You get this applique. These are off a wedding dress, and they have gold thread in them. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is gold thread in there. Very pretty. I have gotten these before. There's 3 of them all together. And then there's this piece, which I think today these are the pieces that she was selling, bigger pieces of them for $4, and I grabbed one of those, so I'll be showing you those next time. But I thought that was so pretty. I love how it's got like the raised dots on it. Make a really cute pocket. And there's this applique. I love this. Look how grungy that is. I can't remember if she said, I don't know, it smells like it might be coffee dyed, but I'm all about the grunge, and Donna knows that about me. I just love that. And I have bought doilies like these before too, so I have the white ones as well. Okay, and then we got this tassel trim, which I also have gotten this before too in my gypsy kits. And I don't know if these were all the same or if other ones were different. It seemed like I remembered seeing a different trim, but I could be wrong. I watch so many videos, it's like I easily could be mistaken for someone else. There's this big, beautiful applique with pearls on it. And then there's this piece of burlap, and it's wired, so you can take the wire out if you want to, or you can use it with it in there. I don't know why I'm going in 2 places with this stuff. I guess appliques and fabric-y things. Who knows? And there's this beautiful piece of lace. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me try. Sorry, I'm trying to turn it where you can actually see it. I think I have got this lace before in some other kind of package. You guys know everything Donna puts out, I usually try to get, because it's such great value. Here's this piece of vintage lace, or crochet, I guess. I don't know. I don't always know the exact names of stuff, but I know this is crochet. My grandma used to make this kind of stuff. I wish I had learned to do it. She tried to teach me a couple times, but I don't know. I don't know if it was my age, or I don't know. I just didn't seem to have the patience to sit there and try it, and I couldn't really get it, I guess. Here's a nice piece of linen. I want to try stamping on that stuff. I haven't done that yet. This is some gold fabric. I don't know what kind of fabric this is, but it's got like a little bit of a shimmer to it. And I know I have received this fabric before. I know this is one of those ones that Donna said she had a lot of it. Okay, and then she included some tags that she made, and I like to get other people's work for ideas. I know I've said that to you guys more than once. Love those. That little image is so cute. Besides, Donna just does beautiful work. And then there's some vintage playing cards with some really cool pictures on them. Oh, they're both 7s of clubs. I thought that maybe that was too. Birds. And look at this cute card, maybe? Or is it a postcard? No, I think it's just a like a journaling card. But isn't that cute? I think these were, she showed these in a haul that she did from a, I don't know if it was from an auction. It might have been an auction. And I think she just scanned them. Aren't those pretty? Love those. And there's a vintage flashcard. Time. Some money. Of course, we all love these vintage cards. There's so much you can do with them. That's what those look like. And then there's some vintage wallpaper. And this is so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that. And then there's some book pages. I honestly probably don't need more book pages. I already have a ton of them, but it's always nice to get what other people have that, you know, might be different. It just gives you more variety. Music sheets. I love it when they have the raggedy edges on them. And another one. What Child Is This? It's one of my favorites. Mary Did You Know is my favorite hymn, but What Child Is This is also a close second. But then this actually opens up, and you have all that too. When it's just sitting here, it doesn't really look like it's that big of a deal, but when you actually go through everything, there is a lot of stuff in this kit. Some dictionary pages. Got the nice pictures with them. And then this one's, that one's just a little bit bigger and a little bit grungier. Bamboozle. That word stuck out at me for some reason. Is that just one page? No, it's two. I was going to say, that feels awfully thick for one page. But so anyway, that's the ephemera and the fabrics and appliques and all that. And then we'll do the laces next. Let me put this back in my envelope. Almost done. I know this video is already 32 minutes, but it takes time to show all this stuff because there is so much. Okay, so there's a few doily pieces in here with the laces. There's these little... Whoops, I just lost a little doily overboard. It's one of those little square ones. This one has like a raised flower center. If there's another one in here, I'll show you. If not, I'll grab one out of my bag. So there's 3 of each. So there will be more. I'll show you what I dropped. So there's 3 of these. And these are the flat ones. And there's 3 of these. They're square around it, but then it's got the raised flower in the center. There's 3 of these little spindly ones. They make nice centers for flowers. And then there's actually more of these because I dropped one of these on the floor. So it looks like there's 5 of these. The other one's on the floor, like I said. Okay, and then we've got all this lace. Where do I start? And she gives you a ton of it. Like I said, she's very generous. Oh, wait a minute. There's 2 there. Still a ton. Okay, so that's what it is. Still quite a lot. There's this one. And this one. So pretty. Very soft too. And again, there's quite a bit there. This one. I'm just kind of trying to show you how many times that's folded over. This is very vintage. I don't know. They're all vintage, but I mean, you can just tell some of them, just the way they're made and everything, that they just seem like they're older. Isn't that pretty? And this one. I didn't show you the side on that one. You definitely, in my opinion, you get your money's worth with Donna and then some. And this one's like a peachy color. This is more of a off-white or a cream. Isn't that beautiful? Quite wide too. It's 3 inches wide. And there's this one. Isn't that pretty? They're so pretty and unique. It's like as many times as I order stuff from Donna, it amazes me that I still get things that I don't have. Or I don't remember that I have. There's this one. I have one of those dies that you can make the spools to put your stuff on. And I need to get some of those cut so that I can get my laces wrapped. This one's really soft too. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Gorgeous. It's so much work putting all this stuff together. I know it is. I've not done it before, but I know it is. That one's probably about 3 inches too. Oh, that one's more. About 3 3/4. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that. There's that much of that. And there's this one. Isn't that different? You guys know me. I love these little delicate ones. Isn't that pretty? There's quite a bit of that one. Here's another one, also quite a bit. Is that the same? It is. It's the same, except one's a little bit darker. Cool, because I like that a lot. And then there's this one. It's also very small and delicate. There's quite a bit of that. And then there's this tatting. So much work. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so that's the laces and doily type stuff. Put that back in the bag for now. I'll have to get that one that fell on the floor. Okay. Now I have one more thing to show you guys. See if I can find my little dish. All right, little dish, where are you? I know you're here on the floor. Bear with me, people. Still working on getting this area cleaned up by my desk. Okay, well, I know I had it right here. Where did it go? Well, I got this new tray for beading. We'll just use that. It would look prettier in my glass one, but I'm not sure where it is right this minute. So we'll use this. I just got this at the Dollar Tree. I thought it would be nice for beads because see how it's got like a, I don't know, like maybe 1.5 inch, 2 inch rim around it. I thought it would be good for doing bead dangles and stuff. So when Donna went to the auction, she got a gorgeous grandma's button tin kind of thing where she got all these different buttons. So she included some. Let me come down with my camera so we can see these a little easier. There we go. It's kind of at a... Sorry, I'm trying to get it off that weird angle. Okay. So there's this one. gather up a few. Probably don't really need to gather them up. That's a cool one. Isn't that neat? Still got the thread in it. Some little pearl type ones. There's that one. A few brown ones. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like a little corduroy button. It's hard to focus on that one because it's so dark. Big red one. That one's kind of pretty. It's got that white in the center. A lot of pearls. She had strands of these little pearl ones. I wonder if those come off her strand or if those just happen to be in that box. I have some of those. Let's move all the pearls over there so we can focus on the buttons, the other buttons. Some of those are beads, like these are beads, but these are actually little buttons. There's a bunch of white buttons. Varying shades of white. Some are more tan. That's kind of a cool button. It's different. Come up just a little bit. I think we're just a little too close now. It's almost like a pearl-less kind of, almost like a mother of pearl look to it. That's different. Isn't that cool? It's like a white button. Oh, that's cool. It looks white on the back, but then you turn it over and it's got like that brown on it. Just little brown buttons. That's pretty. It's shiny. That's kind of cool. It's like a faux metal, but it's got like a, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's got like a edge on it that's, it's like it's scraped, but it gives it like a gold leaf effect. Kind of cool. These are all pearl ones. There's another one of those. I think I got two of those. So that's everything that I got in Donna's kit. And I think that's everything. Oh, nope. Let's see, we're at 43 minutes. I also have my package from Brooke. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it so we can get all the show and tell in one video. But this is the last of the junk journal kit from Donna Little. Try and set these somewhere they're not going to spill. Okay, the last thing I have to show you guys, let me bring my camera back up before I forget. Sorry if that bothers anybody. I got a few things from Brooke's last live sale. I love the way she always writes on here. For those of you who don't know, I am her favorite weirdo. So the first thing, she had these really cool game card pack kits. I chose not to get the game board and box and everything that came with it, just because to me that's just added postage and I wasn't going to really do anything with it. So I opted not to receive that. But I got stuff from the Masterpiece game, and so I could have got the box and the board. And then, of course, there's other stuff in with it. Lots of goodies. So there's these kind of cards. I love these little domino cards. I have never seen these. There might be some more in there too. And of course, I've already looked through everything, so it's kind of a hodgepodge of a mess. She does not send her stuff that way. It's just called Durinda Can't Wait to look at it and has to get it out. I love these. These will be awesome for my gypsy books. More of these. Very cool. I love these. Topeka, Kansas Capitals. And some more of these cards. Kind of trying to hurry up a little bit now because I took my time on the other ones, and now you guys have been here for quite a while, probably getting bored with me. Isn't that cool on the back? I don't know if these are from the actual game or if they're from something else. And there's a couple vintage bingo cards, and there's a hard ones. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking my whole camera too. And these big cards. I haven't seen these great big ones like this before either. Oh, here's another one of these ones. Spellbound Pals. More of these ones. Flags. Dentist painful. Usually is, unfortunately. Mother-in-law. Don't have any of those. And then these are scorecards of some kind. Different ones. One of those cards. And this money is really cool. This is from the Masterpiece game. So it's really cool. It's thick. A bunch of those. And these are the rules from the game. And there's some really cool cards from it. So of course you got some art pieces. They're all the same on the back. Supposed to be the characters from the game. I've never played this game. I remember it, but I don't remember ever playing it. And it just look like that on the back. Okay, and then there's these. Cool. These will come in handy for what I'm going to show you guys when I get them out of my car, but I have some stuff in my car. You guys will die when you see what I got. Well, you won't die, but you'll be like, yes, good for you. So here's just a bunch of those. Very cool. Men. I think it's ironic for my situation that there's a bat and men on the same card, because I kind of feel like this goes. Just saying. So then there's, I guess these, oh, okay. They fold to make words. Cool. Let's Those will be fun to play with. Those are very different. I have 2 of those. So that's everything that came in the game card kit, or set, or bundle, or whatever you want to call it. And I also got this little bit of foreign currency. I just thought it was kind of cool. So there's this one. I thought those would be fun to play with in journals. She had that. I guess she had it down and then folded. However she had that. And then I got some foreign dictionary pages. I have a ton of regular dictionary pages, but not so much with the foreign language ones. So of course I had to grab this. And I love the way she has like different languages and different sizes and different colors. So it's a really nice variety pack. And I'm not even going to try to tell you all the different languages that are here. Except this. This is English. I recognize that. I guess I didn't realize there was English, but it's these really cool old pages. So, totally cool. This is Italian because it says Italiano. So I know that's got to be English and Italian. And this, yeah, I don't know. Lots of pages though, Brooke. You really gave us a lot. Different textures and stuff too, so just really nice. This is cool too. Different style. Isn't that neat? Got that. I have 2 more things to show you, and then we will be done with the show and tell. I'm not quite at an hour yet, so we're doing good. I won't be offended if people fast forward, trust me. I get it. And then this book should be self-explanatory, knowing that I'm doing a Holly Hobby book. I know Sunbonnet Sue is not the same thing as Holly Hobby, but I just thought that this would go well with that book anyway. I'm going to mix the 2 together anyway. So, of course, there's just a lot of cool things in here that I can use. And even if not the Holly Hobby journal, any other journal, you know. It's really cute stuff. And then it's also got like all these big pattern pieces in here too. It'll be fun to play with. I just thought that was a neat little book to grab hold of. So I got that. And then, last but certainly not least, fabulous ledger pages. Always got to grab the ledger pages when you can. Look at these. These aren't even written on. Isn't that cool paper? Let's see. I wasn't even telling dates, was I? I don't see a date on. I don't see a date on that one. Let's see. 1912. 1912 for this one. Very cool. That can't be right. Oh no, that's the amount. I was going to say there's no way that could be the right year. Let's see. don't always make it easy to know the, it looks like maybe 1930, 1931 is the year on this one. Brooke put so much nice variety in her bundles. And these ones are really long and cool. Look at that. I don't think I've ever seen any like this before. And lots of pages of it too, and they're nice and grungy, just beautiful paper. I'm not sure what the year is on that one either. I'm looking to see if there's a year, but it's probably there, and I'm probably just not seeing it because I'm trying to hurry. But anyway, just beautiful ledger pages. So now, that is everything that I have for you guys. I will link all of the channels and the Etsy stores and that kind of thing below. And so make sure you check out the description box. So thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the goodies that I got, and that you will go check out the people that I have shared, and see if there's anything they have that you'd like to get. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.